Music. This is Brad Bellamy here. He's going to help us out today doing a demo on our Flyrig, bass Flyrig unit. You actually own one of these.
I do.
What do you think of it?
I use it probably 8 times a month, playing out. I don't carry an amp. I just go that straight into the PA.
And I've known Brad for a long time. You use a huge amp. First time I played with Brad, I was like, don't ever bring this huge amp again. This thing weighs 9 million pounds, and I'm going to help you load it because I feel bad.
Yeah, it is
he
pretty
load it
heavy.
himself. So for him to get rid of this, I mean, literally, it's taller than me.
Yep.
He's got neon lights around it. You can actually order pizzas from it if you dial it in the right way. It parks his car for him. It does everything. And to get rid of that and to go with this is pretty impressive. So he's a much better bass player than I am because he's an actual bass player, so that's good. So I'm going to we're going to edit it and then show you how this thing works and do a demo with him playing on it. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
And we'll be using the
Yeah.
Fender American Elite Jazz Bass 5-string.
Yep, and going through the same turbo sound from a video I did earlier, the IX12. So stick around, and it'll start. All right, we're back, and I'm here with Brad Bellamy. Brad is a multifaceted bass player extraordinaire from here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's bought a lot of gear here at Third Rock Music, which we like a lot. That's the only reason we asked. No, I'm just kidding. Brad's a great bass player, and he owns one of these. So I thought, to keep the authenticity integrable, and see if I can put some more big words in there. I wanted Brad to help me out with this demo. Right now, you've got the bass Flyrig here, and he's using the Fender Elite Jazz Bass, available here at Third Eye Music, going straight into an IX12 turbo sound speakers, 12-inch speakers, 1,000 watts, same speakers we use live, and you own a couple of those as well.
Yep.
And so the notion of this is that you've got basically a direct box with a lot of different options that's going to go straight into the PA system. And in lieu of setting up an entire PA, Brad uses a monitor just like he normally would, no bass amp. So we've got that same setup here. Hopefully it conveys pretty well to you through a phone. Right now I'm going to turn it over to Brad and have him explain to you how he hooks this up and what some of the features are that come on this unit.
Okay. So we got your input over here. You get an output here and an XLR out on the end. So you can go direct into an XLR in on your PA. You can go out. You could also use this unit before an amp if you want, but I think this was mostly designed for people to not have to use an amp or carry around a big gigantic amp like we discussed in the beginning of the video. One of my favorite features about this, because I have small children and a wife that works long hours at home, is that you can plug a headphones into this jack and hit this headphone button, and it will kind of boost the signal, so it drives your headphones a little harder, so you can practice with it. I mean, that's a great feature. To have to set up this little tiny pedal and plug headphones in it, so you can practice for hours on end without disturbing the rest of the house. Okay. In the middle section, we've got just your basic Sans amp Tech 21 preamp that is tried and true throughout the test of time. People like Nathan East use it. And then they've got all these other added features. The built-in tuner, which is something the guitar players don't get on the Flyrig, so score one for the bass players.
For once, right?
For once, yeah. You got this nice little boost in here, which you can hear you play. And then with the boost on there, you can do that pre or post.
It's crazy to me, man. That sounds like a bass amp to me. I mean, that sounds like you're going through a bass amp. I know we've talked about, fly rigs for a long time, but it's so convincing that, and like I said, you bringing out the big monster bass rig, which sounds killer.
Sure.
But you don't always have to do that. You can save your back some of the time.
At this point in time, my back is not not loving it too much. So that gives you a pre or a post boost.
So let me ask you this, what's the point in having it be pre or post? What are the differences?
I believe, as I understand it, that the pre is like, it boosts the attack on the strings. So we put it in pre. it like sends more signal in, and
Kind of like if you're using an effects loop of an amp, or not using the effects loop if you're using it in front of it. Okay.
and then the post would be after.
Definite tonal difference between the two.
Certainly.
Either way.
And then you've got the input pad. So if you got a really hot bass like a Spectre or like some of the higher end Yamaha
Lakeland
stuff,
like
Lakeland, it's a really
Lower.
hot signal. You can kind of pad that a little bit.
So that way the gain's not too heavy going into the...
Right. And then this chorus light actually will clip if you're pushing it too hard.
Speaking of that, I had a question for you, and I don't want to put you on the spot. One of the things that we do here is ask really hard-hitting questions of people.
Sure.
And from where I'm standing at, what color is your eyes? What color are they?
Blue.
Are they blue? Okay, cool, good. Continue. Feel free.
So we've got the compression, which I can crank that up a little bit for you. So the compression just kind of levels that out. Then we got, this has all been done so far without the SansAmp preamp part on. So you've got that. You can dial in your level, your highs. There's really honky mids if you want, and then the low. And like Lee said, it sounds just like I'm using a bass amp for the most part. I mean, nothing's gonna replace that air pushing that you're gonna get from a regular amp, but the Flyrig does a damn good job. And it also has a bite, which is a little more of a boost. So you got a little bit more of a kind of like treble boost out there, and then you got your drive here. You can color it a little bit with the character knob. You can level. Here's that. You hold in the chorus button to get hold of that tuner. Just come right back out of it. You got your chorus. Crank that all the way up to really wet sound. And like I said, that light, whether or not the chorus is engaged, that light will flash red if you're clipping the pedal, if you're pushing too much into it. Then you've got an octave, which will start with just the octave. Get a mix button so you can dial in the wet and dry signal of how much of your actual bass versus the octave you're getting. So we'll go all the way, which is a little too much for most people. You got the fuzz here, so you can turn the octave off for a little bit, and then you can also mix that in a little bit. And then it even has this Qtron on here, a little bit of the Qtron.
Now, is that like space age stuff? Or is that this little animal that has the little horn on top of their head and they go up the diagonal like pyramids? Cubert.
Oh, yeah, that's Cubert.
Okay.
So, like the Qtron and Mutron pedals you get in the 70s and stuff.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, sort of like that. I really like to drive that with the fuzz and the octave.
Yeah, freak people out. Did you do a little slapping and popping with your compressor already?
I did that. Yep.
I missed it.
I can give you a little more.
Now, am I right to understand that if they buy this pedal, they can actually do that automatically when you turn the compressor on, you just get really funky and you can slap and pop like that?
You probably
have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe
Strike that.
Yeah, strike it.
But
or you can go. We'll do put a little compression in there with the Qtron.
impressive. There's a lot going on there in a very small device. It's very lightweight. It fits in your base case.
Yep, right in the front pocket.
Right.
It
Okay,
also has
sorry.
the ground lift here for the XLR, so that helps. And this is pretty much for the last, let's see, when did they come out? Oh, about 7 months ago.
Yeah, probably so.
For the last 7 months, this has been my rig with...
Yeah, speaking of that, if you guys want to hear Brad's in several bands. What bands can they check out online and to see a schedule to come out and hear you live and actually hear this live as well?
Well, I mostly use this with the Kevin McCoy Band.
KevinMcCoyband.com.
And then I've been known to use it with Black Tractor every once in a while. And
So either way, you can certainly hear Brad's playing on Black Tractor's website.
Yep.
And then
Crooked Rook soon.
yeah, absolutely. So thanks so much, Brad. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Stop in to Third Rock Music Center and check out one of these bass pedals, and you'll definitely love it. If you have any questions, give us a call or come by.